So you noticed already the tie. The tie, I could have taken it off. I just came from a dinner. But I decided to keep it on because L'maisa this year is a shtickle celebration. Because Emir Hashem, this one and and upcomings will be hosted on Torah Anytime, which is very exciting. Very exciting. Malza. That's it. So it's very nice. Baruch Hashem. I just got a phone call today. I'm very excited. So good. So let's start. Yep. We're holding Parshas Truma, and I'm going to share with you a Moedik Vort in the Psukim, and then we're going to learn something from it, hopefully. Something Geshmak. So it says in the Pasuk, also Aron, Atzeshitim, you make an Aron out of wood. Atzeshitim. And you have to be Metzape. V'tzipisa yisoi zov, tor mi bais u'michutz titzapenu. Taich, you want to be Metzape from the inside and the outside. That's the Pasuk. That's the Pasuk. Good. Now Rashi says, how was he doing it? So he came up with this grand idea. We're going to have 3 boxes, right? Nosan shel eitz b'soich shel zov. V'shel zov b'soich shel eitz. Now I have 2 left hands. I have to be moida. But anybody who knows how to do things, this is the smartest way to do it, right? You got 3 boxes. So he took the wooden one, put it inside the gold one, the bigger gold one, and then he took the smaller gold one, put it inside. So he's only picking up 1 box at a time. Yeah? Makes sense. That's good. The only problem is that it is keneged a mefurish pasuk. Because with that cheshbon of taking the middle one, right, the middle 8, taking the 8 and putting it in the zav, what's he being mitzapa first? The outside of the 8. But the pasuk says mi bayis u'michutz titzapenu. Azoi frekt, the Maral Diskin, he says this seder makes sense. Move on. Seder zeh. Shebetchila nosan arzeh, because that's easy. Aval zeh nister miloshen ha-mikra, shenichtav mi bayis u'michutz titzapenu. The pasuk steht nicht da, huh? So the guy asks the question, or the guy, or Reb Chaim Volozhin asked him why 3 boxes. I forgot. Somebody showed me the guy. So the guy and the Maral Diskin, they were both said the same word, but I think they had different questions. Chaim asked him what was shot with the 3 boxes, which is also a kasha. The Maral Diskin also says Bechalal, the whole thing makes the where was the Grois Hamtzot to make 3 boxes? I'd rather have a very simple teretz to that. I think I have a very simple mahalach in that. It's covered at Torah, Pashut covered at Torah. What's the pshat? Imagine he would have just took gold plates. Now, when you buy jewelry, imagine you bought your wife jewelry, yeah? A gold-plated earrings, is it? Give me gold earrings, Gold plate is just a sliver of gold and you just bang it into the wood, yeah? And to melt a piece of gold and to paint it with gold, how much gold already do you have to melt? Not so much. But if you have to make 2 boxes, this is covered at Torah. It's pashut that he had to do that. But the Maral Diskin and the Goyen, they say another word. It's even better. They say it's muchach in the pasuk that there was 3 boxes, and that's how they learn pshat in the psukim. It says mi bayis u'michutz titzapenu, mi bayis from the inside of the outer box titzapenu, and michutz of the inner box titzapenu. So the inside of the outer box is what's covering the outside of the Aron 8, and the outside of the inner box is it? Okay, fine. That's confusing enough for you? Good? You got it? But that's the Vart, that's Moedik Pshat Psukim. But we can learn something from this. I think we can learn a few things from this. Very, very chashuv things. I don't have too much time, but we can learn a yesod like this. I'll tell you something, a shtickle personal, okay? You guys know this about me. Maybe these guys don't know it about me, I don't know. But I'm a Baal Tshuva, okay? Right? So that's, right? So I learned a big yesod over here in Tshuva. If I would ever go into the Kiruv world, there's a big yesod here. I heard a big machlokes, two big kiruv guys. They weren't talking to each other, but they were talking about each other, and they got into a little sichsuch. One apologized to the other one didn't accept the apology. It's big. There's two ikr mahalchim basically in kiruv nowadays. Yeah, when you make a big kiruv seminar, they cut off people's cuckoos, and they make people share Shabbos and zachen like this, right? They do a big thing, and kabbalas and zachen. And this is another mahalach of kiruv where nobody tells you to do anything. It's just we want you to come for Shabbos, experience Shabbos. We'll talk about Shabbos. We'll talk about Hashem. We'll talk about Chashiva Inyanim Kilu. Yeah, and that's it. Like nobody walks out looking necessarily any different. There's a two mahalchim. I think it's merumas here. Mama saying it's merumas here. What's the eitz? The eitz is a piece of eitz. That's what it is. It's bare. There's nothing, and you want to be malabish that thing with gold, with zav. You want to make him from, yeah. What's the don't bang, don't start, banging gold plates on him, Don't paint him with gold. That's not the mahalach. You want to know what the successful mahalach is, and I lived through this. That's why I know it's successful. Okay, build a gold box, or 2 gold boxes. Build a gold block, a gold box. A beautiful box, and then the Rashi says Nosan Shel Eitz B'Sechel. I think let it. It's a gold box. I want to go in that box. I want to go into that box, and then there's something very amazing that happens in this mahalach, and that's the second vort over here. What's happening? Think about it. You have a box. It's a 3-dimensional box. It's a real thing. It has an outside and an inside. What's covering the Aron eitz? That outside box. Which part of that box is actually touching the eitz? The inside. The inside of that box. The outside is not covering it. The inside is what's covering the eitz. That means when you put the eitz in there, you're letting the eitz adapt to the gold, in his way, wherever his eitz reaches, kilu, that's what's going to touch the Torah, and that's what's going to be mishaper him. Meaning, there's a big zog, like in the kiruv world, like sometimes you see a Baal Tshuva. People, when I tell people I'm Baal Tshuva, you're a Baal Tshuva. I'm like, you are a Baal. Really? You used to not keep shop and eat not go. Really? Like people don't believe that. It's a very hard time to believe that because it became so natural. Because nobody forced me to do anything. I took my whole zich and just started getting dressed in gold, and it was the same me from then, same me now. That's why people think it's so natural. This is the most efficient way to do it. Rabbi is saying, I don't think kiruv existed thousands of years ago. There was no such thing. I asked a bunch of people this way. I was like, do you think that there was such a thing as kiruv? In the times of the Rishonim or in the times of Chazal? I don't think so. A friend of mine was even sharp. We even were handling a Gemara. Say if you didn't do any, if you were Machal Shabbos, they killed you. It was passion. There's no such thing as kiruv back then, So, but this yisoid, I'm telling you, it's not only yisoid and kiruv. I think it's chinuch. What is chinuch? Chinuch habonim. The yisoid is the child is rachik from what you want to be mechanech, and you want to bring him close. A child who's only learning Aleph Beis, he never opened a chumash, and from a chumash he never opened a mishnah. It's a whole new world, and you want to be makar of him. How do you do that? You build a box made out of gold, and that's exciting enough. And then you bring him in, and let him, with his koiches, with his zich, get in there. Okay, that's a mahalach. That's a mahalach. Stamazeh, just to end off, I really wanted to start with this, but there's another ha'ara over here. You could say moiradik mashlim to what we said last week. Again, what's covering that eitz? What's covering the eitz? What's covering the eitz is the inner part, okay, of the outer box. That means that there's a whole oivi, there's a whole halal outside of him. That means whatever shaykhis you have to Torah, there's always more. The Torah is always more. Right? That's what we said in Mishpatim. That's moiradik. Okay? So that's enough for this week.